Good morning, YouTube. Lord, this story. All right. Let me start by saying this. I like to think of myself that I'm not like just a messy queen that likes to. I mean, I guess I gossip more as much as anybody else, but I don't like to consider myself a vicious person. But what I just saw on YouTube, it really shocked me. Uh, it shocked me really. So I'm gonna speak about it. I hope people don't take it to be just kicking a man when he's down. Uh, I just saw this picture of Eddie Long. Lord have mercy. All right, so here's the story. It's all over. It's all over YouTube, Facebook, and everything about this dramatic weight loss of Eddie Long. All right, so okay, let me say a couple of things first. Disclaimers here. Okay, first of all, I have been HIV positive since 19. I was tested positive in 1991. So and I already had a 200 T cell. So I had probably had the estimated 5 years, which means I've been positive since about 1986. Okay, you see my big fat ass. If I stand up, you can see I haven't managed to lose a pound, so I don't necessarily. Where one time we would have said automatic if we saw a man to go from Eddie Long, the way he looked a month ago, the way he looks now, we would automatically say it was AIDS. But even if you have AIDS, I'm 30 years cool, and I'm still fat as fuck. So I'm not going to come to that. But he does appear to be sick. Uh, Eddie Long released this book on Steve Harvey Show, and that couldn't have been more than 2 months ago. I did do a video on that. We got a lot of response from that, 21,000 views, where I get maybe 2,000 views. So people are very interested in that story. But not one person said anything about his weight, which would tell me that he was at a normal weight when he did that Steve Harvey Show, and that hasn't been 2 months. I don't give a damn if you are eating vegetables, broccoli, just Brussels sprouts or whatever. In 2 months, you've gone from your normal weight, which he was never a fat person. I know a lot of big black folks lose this has this dramatic weight loss, and they look funny for a while. But they don't lose it. If you can have surgery and lose weight, but those are for fat people. Eddie Long was a bodybuilder. I mean, he was taking everybody got all that trouble, got exposed because he was taking pictures of himself about how beautiful his body was, and he was coming on to give sermons in body shirts and things, showing off his body. So I don't think he was miserable with his body and thought he was overweight or anything like that. Okay, so I said I don't want to just pile on somebody because they're ill. The issue with Eddie Long is the same issue as when he had all the molestation charges. It is his honesty. This is a bishop, a person who's wearing the title bishop, not just pastor, but a bishop. Now, if there, when he went on stage and completely denied all the allegations, I mean, that's one thing people can always say. Well, maybe he wasn't. Maybe they misunderstood. They can do all that. But even when it was proven, even when all these people came out of the woodwork, he still said that he was being falsely accused and things like that. So it spoke to his character. Be careful when you call these people anointed men of God, because you can go before the whole United States, a whole world, and still lie directly into their face. It speaks to your character. Now he's saying, we saw him on Steve Harvey Show. It hasn't been 2 months when he was on that show. I could pull up the dates. I'm not going to get that involved in it, but he had his normal weight. Now, when people lose weight like this, it's sickness. Now, cancer will do the same thing to you. So it doesn't have to be, I'm not saying that it's AIDS or HIV. And as a matter of fact, I believe the way medications are these days, you wouldn't have that kind of weight loss with HIV or AIDS. That's not the way it works. Not anymore. At one time, it worked that way. People get wasted and they would go very quickly. But there's so many medications now. I mean, the list, I can't even remember half the names on the list that will prevent you from wasting like that. So, but if a person gets cancer, it could happen. So I don't know what this man's motives is, but he does not look well. And the only reason I even got on this screen now is because if someone's sick, I don't feel like you can pick on him. But because he made this video where he went on and put the little body shirt on and talking his story about how he's vegan. That is so weak. Eddie Long, you've got to stop this lying. Now, if you lost a lot of people in your church before, they got to be gone now, or they just they're crazy. I mean, how can you go on there, go into a gym? Those gyms like ain't been used. They had old ladders and stuff all piled up in the gym. I guess it's in his house somewhere. He probably hadn't even been out of his house. I don't know what's going on down there at what's the name of that church? I forget the name of it, but his big mega church. When he went on television 2 months ago, he was saying that uh, he had 25,000 members. Now he's down to I think 15,000 members or something like that. People do not like being lied to, Eddie Long. Why don't you get that? I mean, you're obviously either you're in denial, or you just don't have respect for people, or you some kind of delusion. You're delusional, because that kind of weight loss, I've only seen it done twice. I've seen that with, well, 3 times. I've seen people who are obese, who are fat, have these bypass surgeries, or one of the 2 or 3 surgeries that they have, and they look funny for a while. I mean, eventually their bodies will catch up with them, but at first there's a lot of skin and things like that. They look very strange, but you don't even have extra skin. You just dramatic. I mean, your head doesn't even fit with your body. But for you to come on here and present that now you have done this deliberately. You did it deliberately? Well, how in the hell did it happen since you were on Steve Harvey 2 months ago with your normal weight when you released that book? Okay. So the 3 things. Stop it, Jimmy. The 3 things. Okay, people can have surgeries and things, and they can lose dramatic weight when they're obese. And I don't think they would even approve uh, a surgery like that on a muscle man, on a bodybuilder. They wouldn't do that. They wouldn't cut into your body like that. The other option is if someone is sick, they have cancer, or a myriad of other diseases, things that will make your body waste very quickly, where you're not able to eat and so forth. That can happen. The other thing is drugs. You look like a crackhead. Jimmy, please stop. He looks like he's on drugs. So here's the thing about the truth. And alone, you can say, I've been diagnosed from fighting. I think I have to lock my dog up. Jimmy, stop. Go away. Go away, baby. I'm gonna have to lock you up until I get through. Okay, forgive me. All right. So I just saw the story a few minutes ago. Hold on 1 second. Come here. Get boom. Go. All right. So you can be a drugs. Just like I said, that I have had HIV for coming on 30 years, and I haven't lost any weight. I was also a drug addict. Now, when I would get out of the pen every year, I would lose that weight in about 2 weeks. Crystal meth was my drug. Crackheads, we would lose that weight in about 2 weeks. You very rarely saw a crackhead. You don't see that many fat crackheads. I'm sorry. So either you're on drugs or you're sick. If you're sick, everybody's going to understand that, man. We're not going to take issue with you. I know the money is so important to you. I don't know if you feel like, well, I got to tell the congregation that I'm not sick because I would lose members and stuff like that. It's not about money at this point. If you are ill enough where you can lose 100 pounds in 2 months, it's not the time to be trying to manipulate money. So the thing about a lot of the issue I took with you and why I was not on your side with all those allegations and things, because I just thought you were a liar. It's the lying, it's the dishonesty, particularly when you are a minister or bishop. I mean, just to come up in front of people and just tell them anything you want and just expect them to believe it and tie it into the Bible and all this kind of stuff. Now you calling regular people eating normal what is it? The slave food, some kind of shit you made on that video you made. You look sickly, and I don't think you've been working out in that gym because you having your arms. Who would go from being a big muscle man to losing their arms intentionally down to withering little arms? Eddie, don't do this to yourself. Come clean, tell the truth. Nobody faults anybody if they have cancer or they're sick or something like that. But they're gonna hate you even more when you get up there in front of them lying and telling these stories right to our face, even though we're all looking at you. Nobody is that crazy. So if you're at the end of your life, don't go out like this. Don't go out like this. Fight your battle. Tell the truth. There are other people who are struggling that could maybe benefit by you telling the truth. Share the experience with them. Maybe you can beat the cancer or whatever it is. Oh, man, you look terrible. Your head didn't even fit the body. So I ain't coming here just to be vicious and all that kind of stuff. And you don't know the story. But it's just like always with Ada Long. You don't know the story. You don't know the truth. You got to get the truth from everybody else. People got to come from the church now saying, we've been missing church for the last few months. We've seen their weight go off, or it went off very dramatically, very fastly. But it didn't go off that quickly from you being a vegan since 2 months ago. You were just on Steve Harvey Show with your regular weight. So I don't know what's going on in that house. I mean, I could even accept what is this in distress over these last 10 years has been eating me alive. Now I'm just not eating them, and I feel like I'm losing my mind. That would be more believable than stuff that you just told us. It's terrible. Don't lie like that. Come clean, and even at this point, come clean. Tell us what's going on. Millions of people are going through all kind of health issues. Millions of people are going through. If it is addiction, if you're a drug addict, just tell the people. Don't sit up there and lie and try to collect as much money as you can. Money's not everything, and if you're at the end of your life, I know when you're on dope though. If it is drugs, then you don't feel like you're at the end of your life. You feel like you don't even see your body as the way it really is. I mean, I used to think guys were sexy and all this stuff. I've been cruising all these guys are sexy. I've been clean now for 15 years. When I walk on these streets and I look at what I used to call sexy, Lord, I lost my mind. I even saw a picture of myself the way I looked back then. Horrible. Horrible. So anyway, I'm sure there'll be more to this story, but I did want to come on here because that was shocking. See what I just saw. And then, of course, we know nothing about what's going on with you. But when you come and compound it by lying right to people's face, I mean, it just makes it worse. You know, I'm sure that people out there will still are going to want to support you. They would support a sick person. Anybody would. But they ain't going to support no liar. Your voice wasn't even the same. I mean, your voice wasn't. You sound like a weak person. You sound like you've been in a bed. They've picked you up, went out and bought you a suit that would fit your body, and then put you in the gym. A gym you probably haven't been in for months because if you had been in there regularly, you wouldn't have ladders and mops and stuff all around it. It looked like they set you up in front of the camera and you came up with this ridiculous story. Your arms couldn't even hardly move those weights. And you say you're on the get back. Why are you on the get back if you wanted to lose it? You said that's not an intentional weight loss. So I will feel for you. I will feel for you if you're having, serious problems. But it's hard to feel for a person when they sit there and lie directly to your face. It's the same thing when you had those allegations. You had all the film crews and everybody, all of the nation looking at you. You went up on that stage talking about how you haven't thrown your last rock and how everybody was lying. Then this other one to come up, and the other one come up. You still won't even say what happened. You wrote a book telling these people that. You're going to tell them the untold story, come clean. And then you get on there and you say that you can't say anything because your lawyer said you can't say anything about it. Well, why you lie and say you wrote a book about it? I mean, nobody want to hear another sermon, Eddie. We've heard enough sermons, heard enough from you. You're going to go out in this world just with like the worst reputation. Get it together, brother. Tell the truth. if you're sick, God bless you. I hope you recover from whatever you're fighting. If you're a dope fiend, I understand that too, but you're really gonna have to come clean if you're a dope fiend. And you sit up there lying to those people from the pulpit, So I don't know. It's very sad, but you do not look well. That man does not look well.